Hey guys, I, I'm seriously the worst at telling if this is live or not. It doesn't have the red live thing, but I don't know if it's live. There, now it's live. Okay. Hey guys, I am so glad you were here today. Today I am doing my Monday Q&A session. So we just wrapped up the birth plan workshop last week. If anybody has any questions about that, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to reach out. Before we get started with today's Q&A, I did just want to let you guys know that the Mama Bear, the Bear Cave is still open, and today is the last day for early bird pricing. So I want you guys to be able to get in there and like get that early bird pricing. So today's the last day for early bird pricing, and if you sign up before August 15th, you get a bonus hour call with me. So today I'm doing the Q&A, and I didn't get a lot of questions this week, so I figured I'd just go over like a few common questions. And figured I'd start with what's a doula, because people are probably like in this group, like this girl like talks about being a lactation consultant and a doula, but some people still don't really totally understand what a doula is and what the difference between a doula and a midwife is. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. So a doula is basically a non-clinical person who is providing support to you during your pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. So, this person is most likely going to provide education about birth to you. And typically, we provide very personalized information and personalized support. So, while a childbirth educator would provide like broad spectrum, like all the information that you need to know, a doula is going to be like, okay, well, what is pertinent to you? What's relevant to you, your birth goals, your pregnancy experience, and then kind of go from there. And then, so if your doula is helping you and supporting you in person at the hospital, then we're going to do a lot of things like physical support. So we're going to be there doing hip squeezes, counter pressure on the back, suggesting position changes, reminding you of affirmations, and just like a whole bunch of supportive things to get you through. If you are faced with a difficult decision that you have to make in labor, we can kind of help you work through that. We're not going to make decisions for you, but we'll say, hey, do you remember when we talked about this? This is what we said the pros were, this is the cons. Do you have any questions for your provider? Kind of that. Like, we really support you in advocating for yourself in a time when it's really difficult to do that. So then people ask the question, well, how does virtual doula support work? Because it seems like something that needs to be very hands-on. And that's true. Um, I love hands-on doula support. I think it is the gold standard. But the fact of the matter is, right now, during everything going on in our country or around the world, not everybody has access to a doula in labor. So having a virtual doula can be really helpful, because as a virtual doula, what I basically do is teach you how to doula yourself and your birth partner how to be a doula. I mean, it's not like a full doula training, but I teach you how to basically get that support through labor. And I'm available to you during your labor for any questions that you have. So if you are, say you're having a little bit of trouble progressing and you're like, I got the epidural, I was just like, I needed the epidural, I'm in bed, I'm not progressing, but I can't be moving around now, what can I do? Then I can offer suggestions like positions on a peanut ball, for example, or just there's so many different ways that we can support you in labor virtually by supporting your partner and just providing lots of information and suggestions, asking certain questions. Um, but I really wanted to highlight that I think the most important work that a doula does actually is not in the delivery room. Like, it's not in the birth space, it is in the preparation. When you prepare to be knowledgeable and prepare to be a self advocate and prepare for what to expect and what not to expect. So, like, what I mean by that is like expecting the unexpected and knowing how to handle some things that you like handle those detours we talked about, then that can, like, that alone is going to improve your birth experience so much. So that's why a lot of what doulas do is actually a lot of prenatal work too. So then is the question, how is a midwife different than a doula? Why do people get doulas and midwives confused? So a lot of people who, like, I guess doulas, the concept of a doula has been around for since people were being born. Like, a doula is just somebody who provides support in labor, essentially. That's a very watered down version of a definition, right? So midwives provide support in labor, but the roles are different. So midwives have a more clinical role, and sometimes they're going to do a lot of the same things that a doula does in the support way. But when it comes down to it, a midwife has to be focused on the clinical things. They have to be focused on making sure they're watching out for certain signs and symptoms. They can't just be totally focused on you. I mean, they're totally focused on you, but I'm not wording this very well. If you are having a birth in a hospital, it's unlikely that your midwife is going to be with you the entire time. Your doula will be. If you're having a home birth, it's unlikely that your midwife is going to be with you from early labor on. If you need support from your doula in early labor, she'll be there. So it's like the clinical versus support. A midwife can do both, but often, they've got other clients, prenatals, other clients that might be in labor. So they have to kind of juggle things around more. Whereas your doula is there for you and you only, she answers to you. Like, your doula answers to you. Your doula is the only support person in that room. Well, like, professional support person. Obviously, your partner and stuff would answer to you. But the only professional birth support person in that room who answers to you. Doesn't answer to the hospital, doesn't answer to a state board, answers to you and your needs. So I think that's kind of the big thing about a doula versus a midwife. I mean, obviously the clinical stuff, but then why some people have both is because the doula is going to be there a little more consistently than the midwife, and the doula is a little more, I don't want to say more focused because that makes it sound like midwives aren't focused on you, and they definitely are, but a little more like, I take 2 clients a month. I take 2 clients a month max to support in labor, like live in labor. So I'm able to give all of my attention to that client versus a midwife who might have who knows how many clients, if that makes sense. Hi, and doulas are not baby catchers. Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I mean. Like, we are not clinical. We do not catch babies. We don't measure things. We don't check the cervix. Nothing. Like, we don't answer to the hospital, but we don't have authority there either. That is absolutely right. Thank you for pointing that out, Yasmin. But if there's not any other questions coming up right now, I'm going to go ahead and pop off for today. Feel free to ask questions in the comments here, and I can get back to them later or add them for next week. And again, if you guys had any questions about the Bear Cave membership, I am happy to answer those. You can schedule a free 30-minute call with me and we can chat about whatever pregnancy questions you have and any questions you have about the membership. So I'm going to give another minute here for any questions to roll in, and if nothing pops up, then I'm going to go ahead and pop off. But I hope everybody's doing really well. I think the weather here has been pretty nice anyway, so it's been nice to enjoy time outside. I wish I could see who's watching so I could welcome you and ask you if you have any questions specifically. But if there's no new questions, I'm going to go ahead and hang up now. Bye.